Hey, welcome to the Investor Blueprint. My name is Reggie, and this is Charlie, and we're so glad that you're joining us on this. So this is actually, Charlie and I were talking. Actually, Charlie, we met at a lunch a couple months ago, and really hit it off. And I know that you have gotten into the podcasting world and have a couple different podcasts going right now. Which we'll definitely plug those and talk about that. But really, what we wanted to talk about on this podcast is we called it the Investor Blueprint, right?
Yes.
I'm in the mortgage space.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're on the real estate side, and I think one of the things that I've always been curious about, and I think a lot of people are this way too, is they want to get into real estate. They want to get into investing, and how do I do it? But they just don't know how to do it, right? Because they didn't get some big inheritance, or there was nobody in their life to really teach them how to do it. And I think that's really what you and I have a heart for, is how do we get somebody, just the regular Joe or the regular Mary out there, how do we get them from where they are right now into real estate, and how to look at things, and just to shift their mindset to create options, right? And if they want to start investing in real estate, great. And if not, then you know what, it's okay too. So I'm really excited about jumping into this with you, Charlie.
I'm really excited too. You and I talked, and we connected right away. And my drive of my why of the many things that I have going on. But one of the things that I have loved is investing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been investing for 30 years.
Yeah.
And sometimes investing scares people in real estate. Like, it's a big deal. I mean, when they talk about how, you buy a house, that this is the most expensive thing you'll ever buy. And so many people want security and they want stability, right? With security and stability, you're not going to take chances all the time. You're not.
Yeah.
And unless you're educated and you realize, okay, let's do something. There are tools, there are people out there that can help you start to invest in real estate, and the passive income later on in life over this is so good. And so it's just I don't even say taking the chance, even though sometimes I call real estate, I mean, when people think about it, they're like, well, how is it a casino? Well, I call it the blackjack of the casino, but I call it the blackjack a casino when you have 3 good players at the blackjack table.
Okay.
If you have 3 good players at the blackjack table, everybody's going to win. As soon as you have one person at the table that doesn't know how to play blackjack, house is going to win all day long.
Yeah.
And everybody goes away going, what the heck happened, right?
And that's the thing is, like, I really, and I know you do too, really want to dive into the how-tos of this, right?
Right.
And will we be talking some philosophy or some bigger picture things? Yeah, for sure.
Right.
But I really want to be practical and on purpose of what we do. So literally somebody can listen to these episodes and they can take that and they can hop on their, computer at night, or connect with a real estate agent close to them or a lender close to them, and be able to, really dive into those numbers and say, is this actually possible for me? And this is how I do it. This is how I can analyze a property. And this is what all these little acronyms mean. Because even if you hop on social media or, see some different videos on it, people are throwing out acronyms and what do you believe and what do you not believe? Like,
right.
I've been a lender for 6 years, and, all types of different loans and all different types of products out there that a lot of people don't know about. And they just assume, again, I don't own a business. I'm just a W-2 worker. I'm making my bills right now, but I don't have all this extra money left over. How can I afford another property on top of this? I'm barely making my payments now with, everything that's going on. So I think opening up their eyes, and again, I'm big on just giving people options and giving them hope. And if they want to go after this, this is how you do it, right?
And it's the education of all of it, right?
Yeah.
My job as a realtor is to look for properties for my clients that is a good investment. There's a lot of bad investments out there. And this is where we come into the play, where you and I come into coming together and showing the tools where, okay, Charlie's going to find a house, but now what is Reggie going to do to help us get that house?
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't do mortgages.
Yeah.
And you don't do real estate.
Correct.
And so there's so many houses out there that are still a good investment that we can work together. The DSCR loan that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we'll dive into that.
And we're going to dive into it. I mean, these multifamily homes these properties out here that are just, they're there to be taken, finding the right property, having somebody that knows what they're doing and looking at these properties, making sure that I'm not walking you into a can of worms that is just horrible. And then you doing your part and saying, no, these are the different loan programs that we have out there to help you succeed and have this passive income.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that's a crazy thing. You bring up single family versus multifamily versus, having a duplex or a triplex or quadplex or, 8 doors or whatever. It's like you listen to some people and they're like, oh, single family is the way to go.
Right.
And then you listen to other people and they're like, no way, single family's horrible. Don't do that. Do, at least 4 or more doors, per unit. It's like, wait a second. What is true? What is not true? How do I analyze it? And, somebody's risk factor might be, hey, I just want single family homes because I'm more comfortable with it. And that's the type of, investments that I want to get into. And other people are like, no, I want more because it's going to spread out the risk. And I'm not worried about all of the other stuff that a single family is. And really, we look at, you might doom scroll Zillow or Realtor.com or something like that. You know what I mean? And you look at it and you're like, man, this mortgage would only be, $1,500, but the rent is like $2,000. I could clear $500 a month, right?
Yes.
Well, that's not always true. You
better have some. You better have some money set aside.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where I'm talking, where people are like, well, yeah, my mortgage is $1,400. I'm pulling in $2,000, so there's $600.
Sweet.
But when that air conditioner goes, when the hot water tank goes, the roof,
what's that leak going? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That stuff has to get fixed. Or what if they don't pay rent?
What if you can't get rented?
Right.
Yeah.
Or they walk out the door and now they damage the property. And so this is where the education comes where, okay, yes, this is a good investment. You're not going to keep $600 a month. You're going to passively keep $200 a month initially. You're going to build up a little nest egg in case that air conditioner goes. But this is also where I come into play in explaining and educating people into, okay, how do we negotiate the price of this house to help, with these properties. And then you come in with all of the programs that you have. And we're just a perfect team here. I really have said it. I mean, when Carol over at Liberty sat us down, we were sitting at the table for lunch and I was like, holy cow, this guy's badass. Like, I think we really can work together and educate and bring just full education for investing for people out there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that you don't realize. I mean, even from a tax standpoint, let's say you're buying a house and it's somebody's primary home, and now it's going to go to non-homesteaded so your taxes just went up significantly.
Yes.
How does that go into the rent?
And the cap
and your insurance,
the
and
cap
everything
it's
else.
uncapped now, and all of these things. And I can tell you that as I've been doing this, so. I mean, I was a police officer for 28 years, but I've been flipping houses and investing in houses for over 30.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I told you about, my first ever flip at 19, I put it on a credit card. I mean, I put the house on a credit card. I went to home quarters. I put that all by no payments, no interest. I went to wall side windows. Everything was no payments, no interest. I mean, this was my first house that I got.
That's wild.
And we got it done in 60 days.
Yeah.
And we made 40 grand.
You're like, dude,
wow,
40 grand at 19.
Right, 19 and 19 in 1993.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
whoa, what's going on? And so, in looking at how many, so I flipped a total of 86 houses.
Okay.
In my career, and then we had over 60 plus rental houses that we owned. Bought a lot of those on Hub Home Store. Back when the market was down.
Yeah.
But when it was time to be done, I was done with single family homes, like you talked about.
Yeah.
And so now I'm messing around with multifamily, or maybe, and so maybe somebody wants to get into single family, and some people want to go into multifamily. And this is where you have to talk.
Yeah.
With me, or you have to talk with a realtor, you have to talk with somebody that knows what they're doing in mortgages like you, and decide what you want to do.
Yeah. And, and that's the thing is like, this is the type of stuff you can't just go to Google.
No.
Right. And you can mess around with Gemini and Claude and ChatGPT and all that stuff, but it's quite different when you have people in front of you that have experience, right?
Yes.
Real life experience about how things work. And,
right.
And yes, that's true, but not really true.
Right.
But AI is going to say this is the way it is because it's just pulling everything from the web and trying to decipher what you can and cannot do.
Right.
So, there's little tricks to the trade, and, mortgage loan guidelines are changing all the time. So, keeping abreast to all of that and new creative lending, products and all that. And that's really, I think, my heart with all of this is just to come beside you and say, hey, if you want to grow your investments and grow for either retirement or, long-term and pass it down to your kids or, whatever, if that's the reason for starting the show, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And again, like I said in the beginning, you don't need to be making $500,000 a year or anything. You could be working a factory line, you're making your bills and stuff like that, but there's not a ton left over, but you can still make this work for you. Right. And your situation. It's just having a game plan. And most people don't think it's not attainable because, again, they're down on the factory line. They're not up in the suites, making the big bucks, like they think most people have to. Right.
I have a kid that I say it's a kid. He's 23 years old, and there's a property in Brighton Township, and it's a duplex. And it's on a half acre. And so we're in the process right now. He's buying this property. Yeah. And so he gets to homestead half of it. And then he's renting the other half.
Perfect.
I mean, it's phenomenal. His first house.
Yeah.
And pretty much his rent is going to be covering his mortgage.
Yeah.
And he goes, Charlie, I'm getting my first house at 23. He goes, my parents have never owned a home.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Reggie, this is what we've been talking about is you can do this.
Yeah.
I mean, the passive income that is out there, are you taking a chance? Yes, we take chances in life.
For sure.
Yes. But being educated and having people that are going to be there by your side to help you through this process, it doesn't work well for me or you if we get a client into a house and it goes,
yep.
It doesn't work well at all. And so this is where we do our job in making sure that this house is the right house for you and this is the right mortgage program for you to get into.
Yeah.
And when it starts going, when people start seeing that they can do this,
absolutely,
this is going to really grow and blow up for people.
Today's episode is brought to you by Valor Collective. In the Heroes community, among our military first responders and frontline workers, trust isn't just a word, it's a lifeline. It's earned through action and proven in the trenches. When you're ready to make a move, you don't just need a real estate agent. You need a team that operates by the same code you live by. Valor Collective was built on that foundation of integrity and grit. They understand that for you, a home isn't just a transaction. It's the rally point for your family and the one place you can finally decompress. They've got your back because they've walked the path. Valor Collective, built on honor, driven by results. Your move is our mission.
Both of us like to be very, very practical. So, parts of these or some of these episodes are going to be, we're going to be diving in and we're going to pull it up online and we're going to run through the numbers and we're going to show, is this a good deal or not a good deal?
Right.
Why would it be a good deal or why would it not be a good deal? And what are you really looking for? So then you yourself can start looking at this and analyzing things, kind of in your mind to say, hey, would this work or would this not work? Right. And, we don't have some, program that we're selling you, some investor program, 5 easy steps, put your credit card in or anything like that. Obviously, being a realtor, you can help him, help him, her, whoever, their family, secure the property, find the property. And on my side, I can help with the money side. So yeah, we could definitely help. But again, our heart is to be there to help and to serve and to provide those different options. And again, we don't have programs to sell you or some, weird thing like that. So
it's what I really see coming from what we're doing here is that we are going to have clients that are going to call us and say, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're going to start showing them houses. And like you said, we were just talking, just before we started, we were just talking about this commercial property.
Yeah.
That maybe this commercial property, this $1.8 million commercial property that's bringing very good rent in, but it doesn't fit everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe there is an investor out there that is maybe looking to throw some losses somewhere or do something with some income right now that works for him.
Yeah.
So these properties aren't going to work for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just have to work together. For us to even go looking at houses, they're going to have to be pre-approved. They're going to have to be working with you as close as they are working with me and making sure, okay, these are the programs that we're looking at.
Yep.
This is what we can afford with what you have. Charlie, and you and I talk. And so you're going to be saying, Charlie, this is what I can do for them. This is what we got to look for.
Yep. Here's your price points.
And so now I get in and I start diving into active, off markets. I start looking at this stuff for our investors, and everything's about education and giving them, because this can be risky.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. But giving people a little bit of peace in realizing, okay, yes, it can be the casino. It absolutely can. But we got 3 people at the card table that all know what they're doing. So we're going to win here.
Yeah.
We really are going to win.
Yeah.
And so, I think back at the biggest, I bought a lot of HUD home stores, HUD homes back in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that you didn't get to inspect.
No.
You were spending $2,000 to $3,000, $4,000 for the house. And you close 2 weeks later, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget all of these houses that I bought. It was literally paint, carpet, rent.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Once in a while, a roof, but overall, it was just, Reggie was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we got into this one house that I paid $6,000 for. I think I budgeted okay. I know it's going to need a new roof, but let's budget like 15 grand.
Okay.
As the roofer showed up and they went through the whole roof, all of the eaves, everything had to be rebuilt.
Oh, Lord.
This $15,000 roof ended up costing me $30,000. Needless to say, we got it going. That's fine. We did good. The rent's going to be $1,600 a month. We're rolling.
Yep.
Month and a half in, got a phone call. Hey, the drains are clogged. So I call the plumber that I use all the time, and he goes, okay, I'll go out. He came out. Guess what? The drain was broken underneath the street at the main. Guess who had to pay for that?
That would be on you.
That's on me. $10,000.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
In those situations, we didn't. So I took the risk because I didn't get the inspections.
Yeah.
This is why inspections are so important.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we educate you and we find the house for you and we have the mortgage for you, and then we get the inspections and we dig in and we make sure that you're making the right decision, that's the difference. Yeah. Where back then I was just, I mean, you were paying $2,000 to $4,000 for a house. Who cares?
Some are going to hit and some are not going to.
Yeah. I mean, my inspections are going to cost $1,500. Just
let's go. Yeah. And the thing is I don't want this to be, and it's not going to be just, the Charlie and Reggie show and we're just talking and everything. Like, we're going to have on, what are the tax advantages? So, CPA with that.
Yes.
What about a real estate attorney and talking to them about, okay, what are some different laws that you need to know about? And, whether it be an eviction or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you find a good general contractor or a handyman or somebody that can come in and really assess the situation and say, hey, this is not only going to be this is not a $15,000 job. This is a $30,000 job, right? How do you find those people? Should you manage the property yourself or should you outsource that? And what does it mean to have that outsourced, and what should you be paying them, and what is normal and what is acceptable? You know what I mean? All of those different things that you think about, you're like, I don't want to be responsible for unclogging a toilet in the middle of the night. I just want to collect the rent every month. Well, that's fine. But no, like, this is how that works, right? This is the real life application. Yeah. And that's really what all these episodes and what we really want to do. That's kind of the roadmap of where we want to grow and look at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really excited to just get out and start educating people and having all these different guests come in and talking to them. I mean, I was just talking to Carol over at Liberty Title about the 1031 exchanges. Yeah. I mean,
that's another thing too.
That's a whole nother huge investment tool and tax savings
implications right there.
I mean, it's just huge. And so we've talked a little bit, and my story, and I mean, with being retired and my desire for the first responders, frontline workers in the military, just as I have told you, like, what do we want to do when we grow up, right? Like, what do we want to do? I've been a cop for 28 years. Now what? And for me, I have always done real estate on the side.
Yeah.
But I've been saying for years to people, especially in the first responder, frontline, and military world, like, come on, you can do this.
Yeah.
You're making enough money that you can go in and invest and start getting these investment properties. And it's this extra passive income that it's not that hard, Reggie.
Yeah.
When you have people to help you through this process, I look at this kid that's 23. I'm so excited for him because, cool. He's like, I can't wait till I paint the rooms, and he's going to do sweat equity in this home. Right.
Yeah.
And
which is great.
It is. I mean, and as you grow, I mean, I got to the point with the sweat equity where I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just paying somebody to change the locks. Right. But this is really good.
Yeah.
And I look at the younger generation of people that this passive income can go for this. This can be generational.
Yeah.
They can create this generational wealth with just some education.
Yeah. And that's the thing, we all have different vehicles that that you can look at to say, okay, where do I want to be in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, whatever it may be.
Right.
Right. And some people understand the stock market and they understand investments and how that works. And, or some people are into crypto and everything else. And other people don't know how that works, but they're just throwing money at it. Right. But I've always been a believer of, if you're going to invest in something, just know about it. Right. And, real estate is something I think that everybody can get into. It does seem intimidating, but just like everything in life, right? If you walk into a room and it is pitch black, it's intimidating because you have no idea where's the chair, where's the edge of the desk, or wherever. You're going to run into stuff, right? Yes. And it's going to be like, and you have no idea that it was there. But if you can flip a light switch on, right? That dark and scary room that you don't know what's in there or who's in there or what their intentions are, you can flip the light switch on, and now all of a sudden you look around and you're like, oh, there's a desk right here, there's a chair over there, there's an end table right there. So now you know those minefields, right? You know where those mines are at, so then you can step around them, and then you can make an educated choice of, do I want to enter this room or not, or nope, that's too scary. And that's fine.
Right.
But at least you have the education and you have the knowledge and the power to say, you know what, those two guys seem like great dudes. I just don't think real estate investing is for me. Great, no problem.
Right.
But you know what? I promise you, there are more people that look at it that stay up late at night and thinking about, man, the dollar doesn't go as far as it used to, because it doesn't.
And not at all. What did we just 406 a gallon today at Costco?
Yeah, which is wild. So everywhere else is at least 20 cents more.
Right.
But they're looking to say, man, there's got to be something else. What am I going to do about the 401? The stock market's up, it's down, it's all around, right? What's going on with it? And they can look at real estate to say, hey, there's a certain amount of gains every year. And, then I have a physical piece of what I own, and I can drive by it and see it. And
the pride that comes from it. I mean, it takes it even more, the pride of when you buy your first house that you're living in, the pride, look, this is what I'm doing. But then when you buy your first investment property and the income starts coming in, talking about being proud and just talking about like, I can do this.
Yeah. Because the cool part is that not only is that money coming in, right? Yeah. And ideally, you're cash flow positive from day one, hopefully. But then also you have housing appreciation over time, which means the house is getting more and more in value. Yeah. And the people living there that you're renting it to are paying your debts down. So that gap of the equity being gained and your net worth and everything else is growing.
Yes.
And your debts are getting smaller. Yes. I mean, that's just how it works.
And then you're able to use that house as leverage on the next house.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is amazing what can be done out there with sometimes I have a buddy who's like, is it really a casino? Well, listen, it's a risk.
Yeah.
Right. But once you start getting into it, and once you sit down with me and you sit down with Reggie and you really start like, okay, I feel a little bit more peace here, right? Like that first time you have the inspection at the house and you don't know what to expect. And hopefully the realtor brings you a really good inspector that knows what they're doing and getting in there digging, and they come and sit down and they talk to you about things. And then as the realtor, you're going over that inspection with them and making sure, okay, what is this going to cost? Are you going to need to fix this? Does it need to fix now? Is this a septic field? And that's 15 to 20 grand.
Yeah.
Like these are these different things that when you have somebody that's been doing it, or maybe, hey, Reggie, Macomb County, they need an escrow on a septic for $15,000. What are we going to do there?
Yeah.
This is where the two of us come into play in educating our clients and how we're going to get that house and making sure that they're going to make a profit, that they have a passive income. I mean, there's so much stuff, and you can see where it gets scary. And so you have to have somebody with you along the way, and that's where I totally believe we come
100%.
together.
So it's our job to turn that light on,
Yeah.
into that scary room, and and we can show you what's out there.
Right.
Not that we are the end all be all. We trust me, we are not the end all be all.
No.
However, this is what we do.
Yeah.
And and we have a heart to serve, and we're here for you. So we're excited to be on this journey, and just go from there, man. I'm excited.
Reggie, when I first met you, I mean, we know about, Reggie's the mortgage cowboy, right? Your mortgage company is what again? Just so people.
I'm with Cornerstone First Mortgage.
Okay.
Yep.
And my name's Charlie Younkin with Valor Collective. I'm powered by Real Broker. And we're here. We're ready to start moving forward with this podcast and start educating just people on what they should do for investing. I mean, it's the investor blueprint. I'm really excited what we're going to bring to the table for.
Yeah. And I love that name, the investor blueprint, because I mean, that's absolutely what it is. What is the blueprint to get from where I am right now to where I want to be owning, whether it's a single family, multifamily, I just want to have one door. Right. Or I want to have 100 doors. How do I get there?
Right.
And we'll give you that blueprint.
Awesome. It was great meeting up with you today. This is going to be really good. I'm so excited, Reggie.
Awesome.
And until next time.
Now, this show is brought to you by The Mortgage Cowboy. The mortgage industry has done an incredible job of making things more complicated than they need to be. Now, that complexity, it comes at a cost, and everyday people pay for it. Now, I built the Mortgage Cowboy brand around one simple idea: to give straight answers, no jargon, no runaround. Whether you're financing your first investment property or your fifth, my job is to make sure that you understand exactly what you qualify for and why. Whether it's DSCR loans, investment property financing, or creative solutions, my team and I, we have the ability to lend in almost every state. Check out reggieosborne.com or connect with me on all the social platforms, reggie.osborne. Now, as a reminder, the content of this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and represents the personal opinions of the host. It's not intended as financial advice or legal advice or investment advice and should not be relied upon as such. Always consult with a licensed professional regarding your specific situation. Reggie Osborne, NMLS 1934542, Cornerstone First Financial, NMLS 173855, Equal Housing Lender. This is not a commitment to lend, not available in all states.